So, just to catch everyone up to speed, you all joined in the very beginning, we joined a caravan heading to south along the tradeway from Waterdeep. Approaching Greenest, you saw that it was in flames. It got attacked by a dragon. You all survived that and saw Greenest being raided. Fighting your way through the raiders, you came to the keep in Greenest, and the governor charged you to rescue some of the townspeople, which you did, and then tracked the cult to their camp, and by dressing up like some of them, infiltrated and found out quite a bit of information, and also rescued the half-elf monk, Leosin Erlenthar, bringing him back to Greenest. You got some more information from him, and he has been tracking the Cult of the Dragon, and since he's been beaten and is exhausted and had been without food, he knows that they are getting ready to make some sort of move. He doesn't know what, and has asked you all to go back to the camp and keep an eye on it to see what the cult's next move is going to be before you meet back up with him in Elturel. So right now, he's offered you 150 gold to go back and just keep an eye on the camp, see if anything happens, and report back to him. Right now, we're in Greenest, and you all have slept, spent, you got back to Greenest from your initial trek to the camp at very, very early in the morning, 3 or 4 in the morning. And so you all slept, spent the day in Greenest, messing around, buying whatever you needed to buy, as I'd said in the email, and then slept the night. And now it's the next morning, and you all are heading back to the camp from whence you rescued Leosin. And over the next couple days, as he recovers, he's going to go up to the town of Elturel, which is between Scornabel and Baldur's Gate, and await you there. He also mentioned a name. If he for some reason doesn't make it there, your contact is Onthar Froome, who Yalara had mentioned that she had been friends with or known at some point in the past somehow. So, how do y'all want to go back to the camp? Do you want to take the initial path that was beaten down by the raiders? Do you want to take a different route, or what?
Well, I would suggest that we take a different route.
I think different.
Okay.
We don't want to draw. Not only do we not want to draw suspicion to ourselves, but if any of the damage that I really meant Gore and Julienne caused.
Well, Gore more or less burnt the place down, and Julienne sent people flying off of guard towers into dragon pits.
We kind of don't want them to remember be looking for people that are just now coming in.
Well, Yalara and Warlin were the two that really did the most socializing. And they actually made some friends. Yalara made a little friend named Michaela.
I socialized, but they're not living anymore.
Right. And Warlin got flirted with pretty hard by a little dwarven girl.
Am I still on the guard tower?
No.
Oh, son, we done left.
Okay.
Yeah. You rescued the monk, went back to Greenest. He was tired, so he said, go back and keep an eye on the camp since I can't, because I know they're getting ready to do something. So you're in Greenest, headed back towards the camp, and it sounds like you all want to take a different route than the one that you already took.
We could go climbing.
You could go climbing.
I would advise that we take a different route.
Well, the green fields are relatively flat. You all set out in the morning, and it's relatively easy going. It's a big grass field, and eventually you come back to the hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to do this zoom. I don't know. You all eventually come back to the butte that the camp was situated in, the horseshoe-shaped area of the rocky outcropping. No, nothing really significant happens along the way. You don't see too many signs of life.
We don't hear those sounds again, like wolves?
Well, you're traveling during the day this time, so no.
Uh-huh.
The gnome that you saw pop out, who looked exactly like the gnome who had been sacrificed your first night outside of Greenest, had warned you the green fields are a dangerous place to go at night. But
Super creepy.
Right now it's bright and happy morning daylight. It takes you about 6 hours walking normally to get there. Somebody's mic is on. I can hear my voice and the music through. So you all get to about a mile or so away, maybe half mile, quarter mile. And why can I not delete this? Anyways. And yeah, you see the same horseshoe-shaped encampment. The mouth of the rocky outcropping kind of opens up before you. You're still far enough away that probably no one could see you in the tall grass from the guard tower at the front that you remember passing from your first trip here. How do you want to approach?
We can probably keep an eye on the outcropping no matter what direction we come in, because it's so tall. So we could come in at any direction we really wanted. Right?
More or less, it's probably 150 feet tall. Around the edges and the mouth, the road, quote unquote, the path that goes in, that's flat, that's level with the ground.
I don't see why we couldn't come at it like a mile to the north or the south of the path. If you guys are worried. But we could also go through the fields, which don't sound fun either.
Listen, I'm not sure about all the sneaking around. All I know is that these individuals were responsible for attacks on everything, and therefore we must have justice at some point. That being said, I'm not one to know exactly how to go about doing this. My job is to help those and to let them know that justice will be served.
That's pretty clear. I got justice on 2 of them. You just got to be a little bit more sly there.
Yes, I'm not sure how to do this. Remember, we did have this conversation before. I would not even do much more than cover up my shield with the backing of a cloak.
That wasn't
that
so
being
good.
said, it worked last time. It should work this time, correct?
Did they suspect us as we were leaving at all?
As far as you know, you
Not to
got
my
out of there
knowledge.
scot-free.
Sweet. But now they've missed their... They don't know why there's 2 dead guards.
or a missing half-elf that was tied up to a stake in the middle of the camp.
Oh, that's not good. They could be suspicious if they wanted to be. Or they could just be drunk and misplace a few people.
But yeah, it's been probably about 30 hours or so since you all were last here. It's been more than a day.
I don't think we should get too close
I'm
to
sure
the
there are
camp.
still maybe smoldering ruins from the fire that was set. As I look over to Gore.
We could probably just walk in the front door, maybe. Right? Then again...
Unless you happen to be good at scaling down the side of a cliff, that would be the only way in.
I'm good at scaling cliffs, but I don't know about the rest of you.
Well, Julian and Gore know that there is a ladder at the rear by the guard tower. The way that they kind of got up to that guard tower in the first place.
Except there's going to be probably new guards up there.
Yalara, you hear all of this kind of discussion. Do you have anything to add?
Wait a second. Didn't I climb up?
We can't think of anything else to do. I could always go... If we need to go in there, I can always, turn into a critter of some sort and go find some things out.
Oh,
Or
that's
distract
right.
people.
You could be a squirrel. Right?
You could...
Squirrel, go climb a tree.
I don't think I have a... Well, I can only be the ones on my cards, right?
No. You can be any mundane forest animal. The ones I gave you were really only for like
fighting.
combat.
Okay.
If you want to turn into a squirrel, you can use the cat or the rat card.
Yep. I can be...
Yeah. Be a squirrel and climb up to the side and scout it out for us. And then run a mile back to us.
Yes, this
squirrel
seems
form.
logical, Laura, for someone of your stature. Please, just go be a cat, sneak in.
Squirrel, whatever you
Cats have
choose.
claws. Go do your wild animal thing.
Just try not to get eaten by those nasty goblins, you see?
I will do my best. And I have to go get my cards because they're over here. Hold on.
Field trip.
Okay. How do I do it?
You just say you do it. And
Okay.
you do it.
Boom! I'm a cat.
All right, you can use it twice per short rest. So this is once. And I'm going to just say, for the sake of argument, that you kind of, what are you turning into?
Well, I was thinking, okay, rat is sneakier, but a cat can get there quicker and back.
Well, you could sneak up to pretty close to the camp, or try and come in. Are you holding down your button? Or you could kind of come in around the side so that they couldn't directly, see out through the mouth of the horseshoe, and then turn into it, so that you don't waste your hour running, the quarter mile.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and just roll a stealth check to see if you can approach without getting spotted, or to see how quiet you are when you approach. We'll say that. Yeah, nobody sees you at all. You get right up kind of, next to the corner of the edge of the mouth of the horseshoe, the rocky outcropping, and you, never having never having done this before, you feel a little odd as your form kind of begins to shrink and your armor merges into your skin and your weapons kind of merge into your skin and your whole form shrinks down into this small form of a what? Are you turning into?
Cat.
A cat. Okay.
What color?
Black as night.
Okay. So you turn into a black as night cat. And you got your card there, so I'll ask you for some rolls possibly as you move around. But, okay, blap. You're a cat. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna skulk around and see what I can see. I probably need to head toward somewhere important in the camp, right?
Okay. Do you want to just walk? Do you just want to walk into the mouth of the horseshoe?
Well, yeah, but I don't want to be seen. Can I go around the, I can waltz in, but can I just go around behind?
Yeah, you can stay.
Close to the-
You can
hugging
stay
the
close.
rock.
Close. You can stay close to the edges. Okay. You're gonna make another stealth check. What on your card? It should say some sort of bonus. I think it's +4 maybe to stealth. No? There you go. So. Okay, so that's an 11 plus 4. So yeah, you're really quiet. You start to walk in, and you're kind of creeping up from the north, right around here, above the guard tower, between the guard tower and the wall. And you're kind of making your way along this wall. And immediately, as soon as you walk in, you see that all of the front area, the kobold tents, where there had been kobolds and bits of, food and stuff scattered around, a real messy, gross kind of area at the front of the camp, is burned. The whole thing is leveled. None of the tents remain. It's just a bunch of ashes. You can look up and see that there are no guards whatsoever in the guard tower. So you keep kind of sneaking along the edge here, and you get to the large food tent, which I've for some reason deleted, but it was right about here. It is completely abandoned. In fact, you look out over the larger area of the camp.
I still see like a big map. Is that?
Are you guys not in the Raider camp map?
It's like a zoomed out.
Yeah.
With spots in like crosses.
You can zoom in.
Then it's just bigger dots and crosses.
You may have.
You're looking at the wrong map.
I mean, I put all the players on the Raider camp map.
I see it now. Sorry.
That's okay. So yeah, right around here. You can look out over the rest of the camp, and you don't see a living soul. The kobolds' tents, this whole front area is burnt and kind of smoldering. This back area seems to be, the tents are still there, but seems to be completely deserted. The area back here, where the drake pen was, is burnt and smoldering. There are no guard drakes in there. You do, however, kind of hear off to the side, there is somebody walking, and they kind of walk, he's walking along this kind of middle trail, and it is a cultist with a large wild pig kind of slung over his shoulders. There's arrows sticking out of it, and he's got a bow on his back. Obviously, he had gone out to hunt for food, and he walks straight back through the camp, the abandoned camp, to this area here at the rear, and disappears here into the cave.
Where?
At the back of the cave here, all the way kind of to the right,
Okay,
there's a cave entrance, and he walks into there. What do you want to do? You're kind of stopped right here.
Where?
Right up here where the large food tent was.
Well, So you're telling me there's nobody around? It's all
The only
completely
guy you
abandoned.
saw was the guy that was walking through the camp with the wild boar, had hunted it and taken it into the cave.
Well, I guess I better go inside again.
Okay.
Can I go in the cave?
Yeah, I mean, as far as you can see, you don't see anything. So you walk into, you just walk up and walk in the entrance to the cave.
Well, I mean, I can do another stealth check if I need to, but I feel like
Well, I'll ask you to,
I'm dark
depending on.
enough and I'm stealthy enough that I can just go in there. Maybe hug the side.
Okay. So you kind of hug
Plus
the
I have
side.
night vision.
You do. I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to ask you to tell me when I do this, do you see anything? May take it a minute to load. What do you see?
My little icon.
And that's all? Give me just a second. Okay. We'll deal with this later, because the way that I'm doing this, I don't know if it's going to work for your sight. So go ahead and roll a stealth check. So that's... Okay, that already adds your 4. So, because you get a natural 4 from your dexterity bonus, so you're the same as a cat in your druid form. Okay. So you kind of slip in around the side of the walls, and about 20, 30 feet or so inside the mouth of the cave, the light kind of starts to dim down, and you can see one on either side of the cave, 2 of what you know to be dragon claws. The guys that were wearing all black, that had the 5-pointed masks, the ones who were kind of beating the prisoners, and you also saw one of them directing the raid at the sanctuary when you broke in there, and they're just standing one on either side of the cave.
Are they looking at me? Do they see me?
They don't appear to take any notice of you whatsoever.
Okay. I'm trying to decide whether to sneak past or to try to be cute and curl around their legs and see what would work better. Do I have enough room to pass by without?
Yeah, I'm sorry. The cave mouth is actually pretty big. It's probably about 30 feet wide and 30 feet tall. There are kind of some stone columns, natural columns in the cave, kind of holding up parts of the cave ceiling, and there are stalactites hanging down on the ceiling and a few stalagmites on the floor. And it's sort of just a tunnel from what you can see so far.
All right, well, can I just slip past?
Yeah, they don't seem to take any notice of you whatsoever.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna go on by then.
Okay. About.
Do I smell anything?
It smells rather dank. But nothing extremely noticeable. About another 40 or 50 feet into the cave, you kind of see a path. I really wish I could make you see this map. You see the cave kind of widen out on your right side over around into an alcove, and straight in front of you it looks like there's a drop off that goes about 10 feet down, and on the right side of that drop off, imagine kind of a small cliff. On the right side of that you can see some wide, kind of very roughly hewn stairs carved into the rock that go down. You can't see too much beyond it. The light's starting to kind of fade, but you're back far enough that the lip of the cliff, you can't see over it down into the next chamber. And then again, it widens out to your right.
I see even if the light fades.
Huh?
Can't I see even if the light fades? 'Cause I'm
Yes,
back?
you can. But you're back far enough from the lip of this cliff that it's kind of blocking your view.
Okay. All right. Do I hear anything?
Dripping water.
Well, I guess I better go downstairs.
Okay. As you kind of approach the lip of this cliff, you can see dimly glowing about 10 feet below this sort of bioluminescent fungus is coating the floor. The stairs are off to your right, and I mean there's tons of them. It's almost like a field of these mushrooms. Some of them are 2 inches tall, some of them are almost 3 or 4 feet tall. And the stairs over to your right, the rough hewn stairs, lead down into the chamber with the mushrooms carpeting the floor. Now they're not everywhere. There seems to be a path around them to the left and a path around them to the right that skirt the walls. Do you want to go down the stairs?
Well, okay, I'm gonna pad quietly down the stairs and then pause where the paths branch off.
Okay. You're gonna pause before that. Actually. Go ahead and make a perception check. Okay, as you kind of step onto these stairs, you can see that about 2 stairs in front of you, one of them looks very loose and is attached to the wall in a really peculiar way. And you can see where the wall has been worn away by these stairs moving. It looks like there's a pressure plate of some kind on that stair that will turn the stairs flat into a ramp or a slide, basically.
So I'm gonna gingerly step around that.
Okay, you'll probably have to jump over that stair. Okay, you're a cat. I'm not gonna make you. You can jump over a stair without really any trouble. You jump over and land right at the bottom of the stairs. You see kind of a path going around the wall to your left and a path going around the wall to your right.
Do I see
in the
where
middle is all these large bioluminescent fungus.
Is the hunter that I saw?
You don't see it.
Than he? Do I hear anything that might indicate where I might go?
It all seems relatively quiet. You don't hear anything. You can go ahead and make another perception check. Okay. Yeah, you can't see anything about that.
Okay, then I will just pick one. And I'm gonna follow Beyonce's advice and go to the left.
Okay. You start making your way around the left path. Make a survival check real quick. Survival skill check. Okay. Yeah. You have never seen any of these mushrooms before. You can't tell if anyone's ever even been in this cat. You can't tell anything as a cat. But you walk around to the left side. You kind of skirt the edge of the cliff on the path, the 10-foot drop. You skirt around that, back to the cave wall, and continue along to the left. It's been probably to walk across the entire campsite and then sneak past those dragon claws. It's been probably a good 30, 35 minutes. Best that you can tell.
Right, gotta watch my time.
Okay, so you keep going.
I'm gonna pick up the pace a little bit.
Okay. You skitter on down, and there's kind of the end of this carpeting of mushrooms after about 40 feet. They seem to kind of thin out, and the cave narrows, and you see to your left a staircase leading up, hewn into the rock, and the walls and the ceiling above that staircase are natural cave, and to your right a staircase leading down, the same stairs being just hewn into rock, natural offshoots of the main cave chamber here. And then the main cave chamber also continues forward.
I'm listening hard. Do I still hear nothing?
Yeah, as far as you can tell, you don't hear anything.
Is there any light or anything to make any of these three ways seem more interesting?
You see the light has more or less faded to very, very dim from the mouth of the cave. Off to your left, you do see a very faint glow coming down the stairs that are leading up. The cave in front of you, the main chamber, is just completely black. And there's a even fainter light, barely perceptible, from the stairway down to your right. And you hear... Go ahead and roll a perception check again. Okay, you do hear some very faint, kind of scratchy voiced whispering under its breath. You can't make out what it's saying. That's a pretty good perception check. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, you can't hear what it's saying, but from every couple of syllables you can tell that it is mumbling in Draconic, and it's just kind of like a... that's about all you can hear. Coming from the stairway down to your right.
Okay, I'm going to head down there.
Okay. You walk down the about 10 stairs. It declines about 10 or so feet. Roll another stealth check if you're trying to be quiet. Okay. You step gingerly down the stairs.
Laura.
But you're not used to having cat claws, and so you do make a little very faint scratching noise on the stairs, and you hear the mumbling stop immediately as soon as you make any sort of noise.
Okay, so I'm going to stop too.
Okay. You're about halfway down the stairs. You can see a floor. You're halfway down the stairs. You can see the floor spreads out, and there's the light source that you dimly saw coming up the stairs. You can tell is pretty distant over to the right, around the edge of the corridor of the stairs that you're on. But you can't see anything other than a flat cave rock floor. And you're probably approaching 45 minutes at this point.
Yeah, I feel a little tense because I know my time is running out. And I would rather slip past the guards than fight for my life. But I want to hover for a minute or two and see if the whispering resumes?
It does. After maybe 30 seconds, it just... And you know, as soon as you make that noise, you kind of stop. All is silent for about 10 seconds. And then you hear... Did you hear anything? And then you hear another voice. No, I didn't hear anything. Okay. And the scratchy voice starts kind of mumbling in Draconic again.
Okay, I want to see if I can get a visual on who's whispering. So I'm gonna
Make
try
another...
to go down a little bit further.
Yep, make another stealth check.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah, this time as you step, some pebbles kind of go tumbling down the stairs, and you hear the voice stop again and be like, "Oh, come on, I know I heard something that time." And the other voice is like, I guess I'll go check it out. And from around to your right, you see an extremely large gentleman clad in fur armor, and he looks pretty wild. He comes with a really extremely large great axe, large human man. Not look like any of the cultists you've seen yet. He comes right around the corner and looks up the stairs.
Does he see me?
He looks right at you, and he sees you,
Okay.
and he says, "Shoo!" And he turns over his shoulder and goes, "It's just a cat." And he starts walking towards you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I try to look innocent and like a cat and meow. Meow.
Okay, this is an extremely large barbarian-looking guy, so you're gonna have to be super cute. So go ahead and roll a persuasion check. Okay, you meow at him, and he goes, "I hate cats," and he raises his great axe up above his head.
Run away!
And comes down to hit you. I'll give you a. What's your AC as a cat? What's your AC?
12.
12? Okay. He raises his battle axe up, and you can tell that he wasn't planning on attacking anything. As soon as he saw this cat, he just got a wild hair, and he raises his axe up a little too hard and kind of stumbles backwards and flops over on the ground. Critical fail, he rolled a 1. So you turn around, at the sight of that, you turn around and dart back out the way you came.
Yeah, because I'm running out of time now.
Okay.
So I gotta go.
Since you're running really fast this time. You come back to the room with the fungus carpeting the ground. The most direct route to the stairs is the way that from where you are right now would be to your left. That's not the way that you went around them the first time. You went around them from the other direction, which would have been to your left. Now you're right, since you're going the other way. Which way do you want to take the most direct route?
Yes.
Okay. So you go running straight for the stairs. And as soon as you run past some of the fungus, they kind of explode in a green cloud. And
Kind of like that.
make a dexterity save. Should say on your cat card.
$15 plus 2.
Okay. Wait, that's your dexterity. Does anything say dexterity saving throw? Okay, so on your character sheet, or actually just roll a d20 plus 2. I'm not sure that's totally right. Okay, you see it just out of the corner of your eye, these spores start to open up on these fungus, and you can tell now that these on this side that you didn't go down before look a little different. They're all gnarled and have these kind of pus pockets all over them. They pop and send these spores flying, but you're able to kind of like skitter up the side of the wall and run along it for a second and make it past all of them back to the stairs. Now you're at the base of the stairs with this kind of cloud of green spore goo behind you, but it's not sentient or anything. It's just kind of a cloud. You've got the stairs in front of you. You already know that there's some sort of pressure plate on them. I assume you want to jump over that again.
Yep.
All right, you jump up and go running back out the mouth of the cave. That probably all only took you 2 minutes to do all that since you were running quickly. The 2 dragon claws at the entrance of the cave look down at you oddly as you go scampering by, and then just kind of look at each other and shrug as you make it back out of the camp proper just in time for your transformation to wear back off.
All right, so shake my head a little bit. Now I'm back to my former self.
Yeah, you kind of like start transforming back, and like one of your arms grows back to human arm size, like with a cat body attached to it, and then you start like kind of grotesquely transforming, reverse werewolf style back into a human. And you meet up with the others. Still camped out, unless the other 3 of you wanted to do anything while she was in there. I probably should have asked that while I was dealing with her.
Worry and cry about our little kitty that's gone off on her own.
Alright, so Yulara makes it back.
You're alive! Exclaims Julianne.
Barely.
Oh, praise be to Bahamut.
This girl's gotta stick together.
That's right, girlfriend.
I'm so glad those goblins didn't turn you into stew. How were they?
Oh, girl. They're not even there. I walked in, and there was no sign of life out in the main field. No guards, no kobolds, nothing. I did see one cult member, and I followed him into the cave. The big one at the back.
Them goblins must have gotten paid off and left.
I bet you're right. So, I wasn't in there long enough to see too much, but that cave is really, really large, and it sounds like there might be... Well, do you remember those, half-dragons?
More or less.
I think I may have heard one of them speaking to someone else. I can't prove it, but I know they were speaking Draconic. I couldn't tell what they were saying.
Okay.
No, they were speaking what?
Draconic.
Oh.
Dracon. So, it seems like maybe the cult is still alive and well, but buried deep within the cave.
Well, if there's not the entire raiding party, we might be able to check it out. If you guys are up for it.
There were only 2 guards on the inside, but they were dragon claw guards.
That is a bit concerning. For you see, as much as we know about combat, if we see them, we may raise more alarms. Please tell us what else did you see? I mean, was it just the guards, or what else did you? Can you describe the entryway?
Just as a reminder, what Leosin told you, or I don't remember who exactly told you, but you know that the Dragon Claws are pretty high ranking. They're not just normal cultists. They've drank the blood. They've chosen a specific color to be devoted to. So they're relatively, badassy.
Beyond the 2 dragon claw guards, the cave kind of opens up, and there's some stairs hewn into the side, with a trick stair at the bottom that will turn into a ramp if you step on it. So if you step over that, then you find yourself in this kind of glowing field of fungi.
I don't like fungus.
Do what?
I don't like mushrooms.
I must agree with the female. What are you? Orc? Half orc?
Call me whatever you want, sweetie.
I ain't half anything, boy.
Full of loving.
Well, then, we must proceed with caution. My experiences with indigenous plant life of caves in the past has always been kind of, wary. So we need to be very extra cautious. Did you notice any ill effects upon you?
On my way back, I stepped into some of the mushrooms, and they unleashed some spores with some kind of greenish goo. I don't know if they were poisonous or not. I managed to run past, but it seems like if you step off the path, that might happen.
Forget that.
So
Let's just
we
go in
must
there and cut them down.
assume that we can continue down this path unabated, lest we step off it and find ourselves inside of a indigenous plant life field.
Or maybe the problem is that you kicked them.
Yulara, you know that you didn't touch any of the mushrooms to make them do that.
I know that. I thought it's because I stepped on them.
Oh.
No, it was because you took. It was because you took. Well, you don't know why, but you took the other path, a different path than you took the first time.
Well, I know I said this, but this is actually what actually happened. When I came down past these mushrooms, I took one path. The one that was to my left. But on the way back, I was in a hurry to get out of there because I got almost attacked and sliced in half by this barbarian man.
Whoa, barbarian man.
Yes.
Could you please describe him a little more?
Oh my gosh, he was huge. He was even bigger than you. Or, I'm sorry, bigger than Gore. And he had this big stone axe.
A stone axe. Andrew's gonna quickly look up Gore and Julianne be like, and look at you two and say, well, you two do have metal. Do you feel confident enough?
I fancy myself a new great axe.
Yeah, the great axe was metal, Yulara. That's okay though. You didn't notice
Okay,
in the...
so you fancy yourself a new great axe, but Ilara, please tell us how you mentioned he's as big as Julianne or Gore. Did he do anything? I mean, did he seem like he's in charge of anything?
No, well, the voice that was speaking Draconic, that was not him. There was somebody else that I never saw who directed him to check out the noise that I made on the stairs.
He seems like a mere human.
He's definitely human.
If it may go against my better judgment, and I may have to defer to Warland because he appears to me to be more of an individual who likes to sneak around in times of these natures, but it seems to me if we get the drop on them inside of the cavern, we may have better luck. That being said, our original intent here was to just spy, so to speak, on everything that's going on, not necessarily directly interfere with them.
True,
On the other
since
hand,
everybody's-
any chance we can interfere with somebody or some group that is hurting others and creating an injustice in the world, it behooves me to want to go and take care of this.
Oh, you cut out.
He's talking to someone.
I think it was on purpose.
Oh, okay.
So, he's right, but I'm kind of thinking, yeah, we're supposed to spy on people. There are no people left inside the horseshoe. They're all in the cave.
Are you sure they're in the cave and they didn't leave?
Well, I know there are at least 4 people in the cave.
You also know, you would all remember that Leosin told you, yes, to just watch, but he also told you that he had heard that all of the treasure was being stored in the cave that they had taken from the towns, and that they had a clutch of dragon eggs stored in the cave.
Dragon eggs, eh?
Eggs? I could make something out of those.
Just as a reminder, Leosin told you that back in Greenis.
Yeah, but once you reminded me about some stew ingredients, it just perks my mind.
Alright, we've gleaned nothing from Ilar's little expedition. Why don't we do things my way?
Oh, we gained plenty. Gotta lay of the land.
What exactly is your way?
We go in there, kill everybody, and then ask the questions.
Well,
I don't know about that order, but I see where you're getting.
Let's keep calm in this situation here. There
Don't tell
are a
me to
lot of
keep calm.
individuals there, and none of
We're
them.
wasting time.
Not-
And I'm tired of you. You talk too much. I'm going in. And I start marching toward the camp.
I kind of do a cartwheel to catch up with him.
I love Julian's vaguely southern accent.
I'm actually south. I'm in the south.
Oh, okay.
But yes, that's how it's role playing.
Kind of Georgia or something.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
in Georgia actually.
So Gore goes marching off after grumbling about too much discussion, and Julian does a cartwheel after him very happily.
Gotta get to those dragon eggs.
Warland seems oddly quiet for some reason. Ylara and Ander.
Ander feels no choice but to follow Gore to do not, if nothing else, help to protect them.
Okay. So knowing that
with his mad mace skills.
Yeah. So knowing that the camp proper, the main part where all the 200 people were, is deserted now, you all just kind of go marching off towards the entrance of the Horseshoe Butte, correct? And initially Gore takes off, followed by Julian, followed by Ylara, Warland, and Ander. What type of marching order would you be in approaching the cave?
Ander would not be last, but he would definitely be close to last.
Who would be first?
Since I've been in here before.
Ylara
I would say
has been in here
Ylara.
before. Warland is also very quiet.
Let's have me and then Moreland behind me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Warland's just kind of tagging along. I emailed Corey actually and said if he's going to be gone for a couple of weeks, if there was a reason why, Warland might have stayed behind in Greenest. And just so I don't have to play him, we're going to say that he was really, well, no, he can be with the party.
Tired from walking on his short little legs.
Well, no, I was going to say he was stressed out by seeing the gnome that he thought was dead cross his path again, or have some other sort of mental issues. But he's alive and well, and all his faculties are there. He's with you guys. He's just tagging along for now because I don't want to make any crazy decisions with his character, unless it comes to that. All right, so you all march up. You march into the camp. It's just as Ylara said. The kobold tents are burned. The cultists' tents in the rear are still there, but it's totally deserted. There are no guards in the towers. Nothing that you can really check as you approach the kind of mouth of this cave. Everybody make a perception check. I'm sorry, not at the mouth of the cave yet. You're kind of at the mouth of the Horseshoe Butte. Okay, so... Alright, Ander...
Woo!
Well, all of you notice, except for Julian, who's kind of looking down at a cookbook. All of you notice that there seems to be some fresh... You saw... When you were in this Horseshoe Butte at the first time, you saw two carts, kind of, horse-drawn, covered wagon-type carts at the rear. They're gone now, and you can tell that the tracks are fairly fresh and lead out, and right at the mouth of the Horseshoe, turn towards the west. These are, and kind of go across the field, leaving some fairly faint tracks, but you can see that... it's somewhat obvious, or at least you can assume that most of the people that were in this camp left in somewhat of a hurry, came out and turned towards the west. As you walk into the main portion of the cavern, or of the butte area, it's just as Yalara said, it's totally abandoned. There's a cave entrance at the rear. She did say there were two guards stationed pretty closely to the mouth of the cave. How do you want to approach the entrance?
Okay, well, here I'm going to stop. I'm going to motion Gore forward. And then, who else wants to fight a guard? I'm going to ask. Julian, okay, you win. So y'all come up. Okay, once we go inside, it won't be far before those Dragon Claw guards will be there. So maybe you two should be in front, ready to go.
Fine.
I mean, it was like 15, 20 feet inside. They were right at the inside of the cave.
Oh, so maybe they see us already.
Well, I'm going to say that you guys are probably just, I don't know, right about here, just in the middle of the camp as you're making your plan of how to actually enter. So Gore and Julian.
Yeah. I mean, we could try to sneak up around the side of the wall of the horseshoe area.
Yeah, I mean, from what she told you, it's pretty obvious that if you walk straight up in front of the cave, they will be able to see out and see you approaching. Now, I mean, you have cultist uniforms that worked before, so you can do whatever you want.
Oh, that's true.
That is true.
Sorry, I shouldn't be giving so many hints.
No, that's cool.
That's a pretty big hint.
Yeah.
I'll take it though.
Alright, fine. We'll jump them as soon as we get in range then.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Putting on the
We're all
cloak and
changing
then
into our
jumping them
robes.
as soon as we get close.
Yeah, so we're all changing into our robes then.
Okay. So, you all change. You walk up to the mouth of the cave. Walk in. As soon as you cross the entrance, I'm assuming Gore and Julian are kind of in front at this point. As soon as you cross the entrance, you see kind of the two dragon claws step out of the shadows and kind of hold their spears up. I'm going to move you all to a new map, and I'm really hoping this is going to be the first real big thing that we've done with dynamic lighting. I hope I did it right. Can you all see anything except your tokens?
Yep. I mean, the dynamic lighting is working.
Okay.
Yes, it looks
And I
great.
see the shrooms.
You shouldn't see the shrooms yet.
See what appears to be a guy in a really funky looking mask.
Yeah, you should see them.
Actually,
I
in
guess you
the
should see the
top
shrooms.
head of.
It's perfect, Ryan.
Okay. So they kind of step out. They kind of step up, both of them here, and say, "Where are you all coming from?"
Outside?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep walking up towards them. And as I do it, I'm gonna say,
Outside.
They lower their spears towards you.
we come with a message from the raiding party. Oh, they lower the spears?
Yeah, as soon as you start to approach after they ask you a question, as soon as you walk forward, they lower their spears and they're like, no one's authorized to enter here except those who are already in here.
Alright, well, do you want to hear the message or not?
What's the message?
This. And then I leap forward and attack.
Okay, everybody roll initiative, and we will take our, let me clear. Sorry, I always tell you to roll initiative before I've cleared the old turn order. Okay. Roll again, and I'll give you your 18. Or 20, since it was my fault.
Woo!
Oh, I gotta roll one for Warlers. I gotta select the token first.
Yes. You have to do that.
Alright. Everybody's rolled. Let them roll. Turn. Where's my dragon claws at? +3. Wow, they go last.
Nothing wrong with that.
Alright. And with that, we will take a break since we've started our very first dungeon crawl.
Aight. Sounds good.
We rolled well.
We did.
We rolled very well.
Oh my god. Cats! Murder. Okay. Alright. Alex, you got 2 dragon claws with their spears pointed at you, and Gore is about ready to charge. You can see it in his eyes. He's going to deliver a message. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him deliver a message. Probably.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt to stand here.
Okay. Are you holding your action?
No,
Okay.
I'm trying to move.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to stand here. And attack one of them, because we didn't plan this out for talking at all, Gore. So I'm just going with the plan we described. If that's okay with you.
Talking isn't my style.
I'm not letting you even talk. The talking was just you.
You're the one who's
You
talking.
guys are having this conversation right in front of the dragon claws. I'm not letting you talk. Talking's not my
Well,
style.
can I get to that square and attack?
Absolutely.
All right. Awesome new weapon macro. Go!
All right, the dragon claw with his spear at the ready sees your knife slicing towards him and ducks out of the way. It clangs off of one of his metal epaulets. Did we lose?
No, I'm still here.
Okay. All right. So as you do that, Warlin will move up and over here, and there's really no way for him to hide right now, so he will just...
I'm still in melee range, so he's gonna get sneak attack regardless.
Right. Thank you.
And then he can use disengage to run away if he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, I think he's okay for now. He's gonna chuck a dart. Syntax error. Oh, if you don't put crit damage in at all, it says a syntax error.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. So if you try and use your character sheet,
what are we supposed to use for syntax or the crit damage?
just
So
double the damage dice.
No. For crit damage, you need to put the normal damage, and it'll add a additional row if you crit, and you have to add those in together afterwards.
Okay.
Oh, really? So it's just 1d4? So like,
Yes.
Okay.
However, orcs like me, I actually have to put double damage in the crit damage because I get 3x crit instead of 2x.
I gotcha. Cool. All right, so Warlin's dart goes flashing out into, just stabs right into the cheek of one of the dragon claws, the one closest to him. All right, Gore.
All right, I'm gonna move over here and stick the guy in front of me with my pipe.
All right. He seems pretty nimble.
Wait,
Oh,
I'm gonna use my inspiration
okay.
for a reroll.
Good.
How does that work? Can I just press the attack
Just
button?
re-roll it.
Alright.
Actually, I probably... Well, wow. Yeah, you just... Zoop, and all of a sudden, getting a surge of inspiration from somewhere, spin the pike around and try and slash at him again, but this guy is nimble, dodges out of the way, and your pike chinks off of his armor for the second hit. Ander. Ilara,
All
you're on
right,
deck.
so Ander is going to kind of hold back, but focusing on this guy right here, he's going to pray to Bahamut and say that he wants to inflict wounds.
Okay, your holy symbol. Is your holy symbol on your shield, or is it on your...
It is on my shield.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That doesn't seem right.
Thank you.
Inflict wounds, damages, wisdom,
Hold
damage
on.
dice.
Before you roll that, hold just a second. I forgot to add Warlin's sneak attack, which at level 3, I believe is... What, 3d6 or something?
No, that's at level 6.
Oh, okay.
It's either 2d6 or 1d6.
See, third level, 2d6.
Well, that's weird. Come up with because they have to come up with a saving throw. Try that again. Maybe.
This dragon claw that you're attacking is dead, so we'll just pretend that it was the other one.
Okay, well, hold on.
Yeah, what they need to make a save.
Give me 1 second. I had my everything macros set up wrong, apparently.
Alright.
It should show the save DCs on your
I know,
spellbook
I
page.
didn't have that.
Eight.
Hold on.
It's 8 plus your proficiency plus your wisdom modifier.
I know, but there might be something on the successful save. That's what I'm trying to get to.
the way-
Probably half damage.
Ryan, I did a critical fail on my last roll. I don't know if you planned on using that table you made, but I rolled a D100 anyway.
I did. What did you roll? A 54. Alright, we gotta use the critical attack.
Yep.
Alright, exposed defenses. Your swing unbalances you so much that your target may take one melee attack against you as a reaction. Alright, so he'll swipe back at you, except for what's his weapon?
If he can reach me.
Yeah, he's just got a scimitar. Sorry, I know I said they had spears, but he's just got a scimitar. So he cannot reach you. So lucked out on that one.
Alright, so this to reach a DC 13 Wisdom.
Okay.
And you said this top guy was, he's dead?
Yeah.
So it's the guy on the bottom side. Alright.
Alright, let me roll his wisdom save, which is plus nothing. He does make his wisdom save.
Then absolutely nothing happens other than I catch his attention.
Alright. So you mutter some words and your shield kind of glows and he just looks at you oddly. Like, what is this person doing back here in the background? Yalara. Oh, any movement, anything, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and move up. Something's off with my character. That's what it is. The bar number 1 was off. Yeah, so I am going to move up.
Okay. Alright. Ilara, you see Gore kind of jab at him. The other guy gets a dart in the neck and just flops down immediately. Andrew's shield glows as he runs up. What do you do?
I am going to whip out my bow and see if I can't bow him.
Okay. He will have half cover since there's two people, or since there's a person between you and him.
Anna, quiet.
What if I move like over here?
Then you're free to no cover. But in your haste to move over there and not hit your companion Gore, your arrow flies wide and chinks off of the opposite wall on the other side of the cave. The dragon claw here, angry at having been so attacked, will lash out with the scimitar towards Julienne. Uh, 23 versus AC. Hit. For 6 points of damage. So he just cleaves into you right across your chest with a nice big gash.
Anna, quiet.
And he gnashes his teeth and hisses as it's your turn to retaliate. Alright. You slash out at him. He ducks out of the way quickly. This guy's really squirrely, it seems like. Warlin is going to move around to his flank over here and let another dart fly. and just barely misses him, glances off his armor, and flies and clatters to the ground close to Gore's feet. As Gore sees that, he does what?
I'm gonna try and stab him again with the pike.
Alright, you nail him. Alright, you find kind of a chink in his armor and jab the pike deeply into his ribs. Any movement?
No.
Alright. Ander.
Alright, so Ander is going to cast. Gotta get it open here. His cantrip of Sacred Flame. Give me a Dexterity 13 saving throw.
Okay. He fails.
Oh. Damn. Why didn't it do it?
Oh my gosh.
Alright, well, the damage is a 1d8, and apparently I did not have the check mark checked, so I'm just gonna manually roll a 1d8.
You don't add any modifiers to that or proficiencies or anything, I guess, because it's a cantrip.
Yeah, no, there is no stat bonus to it whatsoever.
Okay.
For a whole 1 point of damage.
Alright.
It hit somebody.
Your shield glows with the power of Bahamut as he gets a really, really bad sunburn on the exposed parts of his flesh. And winces very slightly. Yulara.
Alright, I'm gonna try to take this opportunity to see if I can't.
Stabby, stabby, wham! You nail him right in the face. Shoot him in the cheek. Roll your, that should have included your damage.
Well, I was using the old macros we made, so maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to set that up for you. Alright. So yeah, it just shoots right through one side of his head and right out the other as his eyes roll back in his head and he falls down quite dead.
Okay, all that leaves 2 of the 4.
Thanks, Yulara. So, about this cave, you should go first.
Okay, I'll lead the way.
Avoiding whatever scary things you may have seen, or heard, or felt, or perceived. I'm stretching this.
Yeah, so since we're out of combat, Yulara, you can go ahead and move, more or less freely. And the rest of you can just kind of move with her, or wherever you want. So that's the top of the staircase that you saw.
Okay, so I'm going to stop and turn back to everyone and say, okay, the last stair on here is a trick stair that will turn the whole thing into a slide, so step over it or jump over it.
Ander's gonna make sure that he casts light upon his shield.
Okay, let me go ahead and give you that. Let's see, emits light. 60 feet? What's the light spell?
40 feet.
30?
40 feet, dim light at 20.
Julianne makes sure he's the only one on the stairs, so just in case he trips the trap, he's going to be the only one that is injured from it, and jumps over the bottom stair.
Okay.
Excuse me, everybody.
Yalara.
You do know that there's a passage to the
How do I
south,
fix
correct?
that?
Yalara, come back. Everybody stop at the bottom of the stairs. So you're going to have to decide which way to go around the mushrooms. As you hear Ander yell out, hey, there's a passage to the south as well.
And I also do believe that I might see something far to the south and west of us.
Okay, where does everybody want to go?
Forget these mushrooms. Let's just go south.
Yeah, I don't like the mushrooms.
Okay. Well, I guess it'd be better to be all together than to split up, huh?
I would prefer somebody that can see in the dark without my glowing shield.
Everybody but you has
take
dark
the
vision.
lead. Do what?
Everybody but you has dark vision.
Awesome. I will not lead because I don't want the first thing then for them to see if we're sneaking up on somebody is my shield. So I will probably be last in marching order. So please, Warlin and Gore, please take the lead on this, if you will.
Are you all just tromping through the
No, I
cave?
was about to roll stealth, actually.
Yeah, everybody roll a stealth if you want to try and be quiet in any way.
I do want to be quiet, but it's going to be hard. Chainmail.
Oh, whoops.
Holy hell, that has got to be one of my best rolls ever.
Now, you're in chainmail. Does that give you...
Negative, because
Disadvantage?
not only
Okay.
am I proficient in it, but I've received no ill effects from it.
Okay. Well, since that's a party check, everybody, at least half the people, and more than half the people passed. So, down this corridor, you can see into a room. You can see that there's a path that branches off to the right as you're walking down, and then it opens up into a larger room, and you can kind of see some movement in there and what looks to be some type of furniture. Yalara.
Alright, so I'm gonna stop. Okay, I think this path is gonna branch, and it looks like on the left I can see some movement. Should we go toward it, or...
Anders going to whisper, if there's justice to be dealt, I feel that we must dispense.
Let's do what we came to do.
For once,
Yes.
for once, I agree with you, Claire.
Alright, here we go. So we're gonna creep towards the left, I guess.
Okay. Still going off of your old stealth checks.
No. Then you better hurry, and you better get back to bed.
Alright, Yalara, you can clearly see some makeshift beds and some cultists kind of just sitting in them and or standing around, not doing too much, just kind of leaning against the walls, looking somewhat bored. From where you're at, I don't really know how many you can see, but I think you can see 5, 6. So you see 6 cultists. What do you do? They have not heard you.
Oh! Do you want me to turn into a bear and just go maul everybody?
That would be awesome.
Okay! Can I be a bear now?
Yep.
I'm a bear.
Alright, so you see Alara's form start to grow large as her shoulders puff up and her muscles start rippling and fur pops out all over her body as her weapons and everything get absorbed under this bear-like skin. And she just goes charging into the room. Roll initiative. I'll give Yalara a surprise round. Let me clear the old initiative, like I always forget to do. All right, now everyone can roll initiative.
Woo! I'm not sucking.
All right, Yalara, since you get a surprise round, you can go ahead and go first. You see a room full of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cultists.
And these are regular tiny cultists.
What?
These are regular cultists.
These are, that's a great question. I have a note about this question. These are... they are all wearing gray robes. However, you can see under a couple of their robes is the glitter of chainmail that you have seen on a couple other guards in the camp, but normally the cultists don't wear chainmail under their robes. But there are a couple that seem to be wearing chainmail. So, what do you do?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna charge into the largest. Do I have to do one at a time?
Yes, you have to choose which one to attack.
I'm gonna go to the right.
You've got multi-attack, correct?
Yeah, I do.
So,
I do. Yeah, it says multi-attack, 2 attacks per action, 1 bite, 1 claw.
So you can attack one person, and then if you have any movement left, move and attack another person. You can use all of your movement and all of your attacks in any way you want every turn. However, remember that they get attacks of opportunity if you move into their threat range and then move away.
Julianne wants me to come over here. But shouldn't I go towards the biggest group? People?
There's one at the door. Make it dead.
I'm going. Here we go. I do.
All right.
Do I do anything?
You do whatever you want. You bite or...
I'm gonna bite and claw this one.
All right. Roll whatever it says to roll on your card. Is the bite or claw listed?
This is bite.
What's it say?
1d8 plus 4.
Okay. So you rolled an 8. So 12 to this guy. And that was a bite? Okay. You just your lips ripple with the growl as you lunge forward and grab him by the throat, lift him off the ground, and just tear his throat out, completely severing his head from his body. This was one of the guys that was wearing chainmail, and you just completely eviscerated him in one bite.
Okay.
All right.
Can I move forward and try to claw somebody?
Yep.
Claw this guy.
Anna, go to sleep.
All right. What's your claw modifier?
Plus 4.
Okay. When you're rolling, you can type in like 2d6, and then a plus 4.
Okay, I almost did that.
All right. So this guy, you just swipe him across the face, and with the force of your bear strength, completely decapitate him as well. So you got 2 headless, chainmailed cultists. All right, you can do some more movement, up to I think 20 more feet, or you can stay there. But if you're not gonna move, then it is Julienne's turn.
I believe that was her surprise round. Does she get her normal turn?
She will after yours because of her order
Oh,
of
okay.
initiative.
I'll step here.
All right.
And kind of like make a sweeping motion, checking out the surroundings as I walk in the building. Or the room.
All right.
10 slashing damage.
Yep, you lash out at him, easily cleaving through his chainmail, and just clunk right in the heart, basically cleft his sternum. He's still on his feet, but just barely, his lifeblood spilling out all over his robe.
Very well.
All right, Ylara, it's your turn again.
All right, I'm gonna bite this other dude.
Anna, quiet.
Bite away. Oh, you need to roll your attack. So
Anna?
it'd be a d20 plus your strength, I believe. Your card should say plus something to hit. So d20 plus whatever that is.
User disconnected from your channel.
All right, you whack him for 5 damage. You take a big chunk out of his shoulder.
User
As he
joined
kind
your
of
channel.
reels from the pain, and you get another attack to claw. Okay, roll your attack. Your 1d20 plus whatever claw. Is it your claw is also plus 5? Okay. That will miss. You go to claw him, but it kind of scratches across his chainmail armor. Oh wait, I'm sorry. This is not one of the guys in the chainmail. That will hit for 10 damage. As he also falls down to the ground. Dead, as you basically just flayed him alive with your claws down the front of his chest. Alright, it is their turn. This guy in the corner will take off running. Back into the chamber. And all of these guys in the corner will rush toward the bear. And just kind of try to crowd around you all as best as they can. Some of them will not be able to quite get there. Alright, so let's see, Laura.
Did the one running away disengage, or did he just walk?
He did. He took a disengage action.
Okay.
He just turned tail. Yalara, 10. Does that hit your AC?
What?
What's your AC?
11.
11. Okay. That misses you. It sticks on your thick bear hide. This guy will move up here. And you're all kind of bottlenecked. And 18. You said your AC was 11, so that hits. D6. For 5 damage. Now track this separately from your regular hit points. Either on a piece of scratch paper or on your card or something. So you should have HP on your bear card. So you subtract 6 from that, and that's what you've currently got. And once you're down to 0 HP as a bear, you'll turn back into your human self, but with your full human HP. All right, that is actually all the movement. That's everything they can do this turn. So, Ander, you hear commotion and a bunch of snarling and clanking going on in this room.
Yes, and Ander cannot tell what's going on, so he's going to go ahead and move into the room to make a decision.
It may be helpful to remove the dead ones.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking about doing that, but then I was like, well, what if they want to search the bodies?
Oh, it's also a good marker for rough terrain.
Yeah, that's
leaving
true.
them there.
But since it's such a cluster, I'm going to delete these guys because there are cultists
All right.
still on top of cultists right now. Okay.
So Ander is going to go ahead and do something that he has been anticipating ever since he took his last night's sleep. And he is going to cast Sacred Weapon. So if you would please, sir, just find me a generic image for a mace and put it on there and give me control.
All right. Is this is sacred weapon, not spiritual weapon?
You are correct. It is spiritual weapon.
That's what I thought.
And it is in the form of a mace where the mace head is actually the face of a dragon.
Well, I'm not sure I can find a token like that.
I know, but I'm just giving you guys all some flavor text, shall we say.
Thank you. All right. This mace appears right in front of you.
Actually, it gets to appear within 20 feet of me, but as long as you give me control, I will...
You have control.
Okay. I'm going to cast it right here. And it is going to do... Alright. That is on this guy right here.
I'm sorry, which guy?
So that,
okay.
this guy right here, just to the right of the sacred weapon.
Yep.
And I forgot to add
That's a
the
hit.
check mark for damage.
Okay. That's a hit. That's a
That's
crit.
my bad. It is a 1d8, just a straight up 1d8 force damage.
Okay, but it's a crit. I don't know if that applies to spells the same way, so it'd be a 2d8.
Okay.
All right, 4 damage.
So 4 damage. And then I'm going to keep it in its same spot, and as a bonus action,
Move it. 20
attack
feet.
this one right here.
Nah, spiritual weapon you can move as a bonus action, but I don't think it gets to attacks.
As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against a creature within 5 feet of it.
Cool. I forgot that part. Sweet. So you're attacking the guy below the mace?
Correct.
Okay.
Woo!
Another crit.
Another crit.
So 11 force damage.
Well, I'll just
Plus
add on that
6.
add on another
Yeah.
6. Damn.
Wow. So yeah, you must have been supposed to add some sort of modifier to that. I'm not sure. But let's see.
It is supposed to have my spell proficiency added onto it.
Okay, well, that obliterates.
Plus my wisdom modifier.
Yeah, it
So
obliterates.
it's my wisdom
that guy.
modifier plus my spell proficiency. Wisdom modifier is +3. Spell proficiency +2.
So that would have been an extra 5 to your first hit. Because you didn't.
Yep.
You didn't add
Yeah,
that.
because I manually rolled that. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, your first hit killed that guy too, because that's exactly how many hit points he had left. All right, so this mace just whoosh appears, and just bap bap immediately clocks 2 guys over the head, and they just skulls cave in and they crumble to the floor.
So I got 6 more. Wait, how many seconds are in a round?
6 seconds per round.
6 seconds. So I got 10 more rounds with this mace.
Okay. All right, Gore. Oh, I didn't roll for Warland. Whatever, he's hanging out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna dive in there and start cracking skulls.
All right.
So go up behind this guy and split his head open with my pike. Alright.
All right. That is a hit. And you just come up behind him and jab him straight through and lift him up off the ground through his body, and he just expires. His expiration date has come. All right. Let's say that Warland goes after you because you were the last to go. So Warland's gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 run up to here-ish and chuck a... See, he's got line of sight, but nobody's threatening. Oh, you got a 10-foot range, right, Gore?
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody is threatening, so he will throw a dag arrow type, or a dart. For 5 plus 2d6 plus whatever his dex is, which I think is 3. 14. Bap. He just catches this guy right in the ear. And down he goes. You guys are a lot easier at level 3. Alright. Back to Julian. You're standing next to a very large brown bear and some rather bewildered cultists.
I'll let Yalara go before me.
Okay.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes.
Can I still think and reason?
Yes. Yes. Your strength, dex, and con skills change when you're in a different form, but your wisdom, intelligence, and charisma stay the same. You cannot speak or do anything that a bear wouldn't be able to do, but you still have your own mind.
Alright, well, let's take out this dude in front of me.
Okay. Okay. So roll your attack, which would be a d20 plus your to hit for a bite. Which I think is 5. Okay, yeah, you completely have your teeth around him, and your damage is 1d8 plus 4. 6. Alright, so you reach out and like bite just his entire chin and bottom jaw off, and he just has a tongue hanging there. He's still alive, but having a very unpleasant time. Alright, you want to claw him?
I go again. Sorry. Yes. Can I just finish the job on him?
Yeah, or you can attack somebody else or move or do whatever you want.
Well, I'm wondering about the one that ran away.
That's why I left you to kill these two.
Oh, you're gonna do it. Okay, great. Okay, I get the other. And the one in front of Julian, because I don't know how to make the circle happen.
Yeah, the same one you. Oh, the other one.
Like, the orange circle's not popping.
You gotta hold down your left click. That looked like it was right in between both of them. Okay, so the other one. So you're gonna leave this guy to think about every decision he's made in his life that led him to getting his jaw bitten off. Okay, that just hits. Roll your damage. Alright, so you swipe at this guy again and just you see his eyes go lifeless as you crack his neck with the force of your bear paw slap. Alright. One of those is down, one of them is barely hanging on to life. Julian?
Julian rushes into the room to seek out the guy that was running.
Okay. So as you run in, you see a very injured guard and the woman in purple from the battlefield that Gore had shot with the ballista long ago when the siege of Greenus was happening, and you know this woman to be Frulam Mondath.
Cool.
What do you do?
Kick her while she's down?
Well, I mean, yeah. You can certainly kick her. I'm gonna add her to the turn.
Kick her with my leg arms of weaponness.
That
Leg
sounds
hands.
wonderful.
Brian, leg hands.
Leg hands. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out her initiative. Okay, so you strike out at her with your butcher's knife once, and she kind of quickly dodges to the side. And
But you don't expect the children meddling.
But awesome spin move. You spin back around and crit her butt. More like her face. Yeah.
For 25 damage.
Wow.
Holy hell, son.
All right, so she just sees this half-orc run in with a bunch of kitchen utensils on its back, swings at her once, and she's like, what? And then from the other side, it's just like crack right in the back
Dinner's
of the
ready.
neck. And you just slice her extremely painfully, and she reels with the blow of the impact. As that happens, the guard next to you will lash out with a, this one actually does have a spear. 13 versus AC? Nope. Alright, so he's like, he's extremely poorly, or extremely badly injured and tries to lash out at you to defend his leader, but misses and fails terribly. Alright, Ander, your mace is still flying around the room.
Yes. So, I'm going to use my action to move it. Actually, I'm going to use my movement to move up so I can see more in the room. There we go. Having no real... I can kind of see Julienne down there. I'm going to go ahead and move my mace into position here.
There also is one cultist right next to you.
There is? They're all red X'd.
One next to Yalara. Or is that one dead?
No, there's one barely alive with its jaw torn off next to Yalara, and there's one at the very south that has not been touched yet.
Alright, so I'm going to move my mace here, and I'm going to attack the one just to the right of the mace.
Okay. So the mace flies into the face of the...
18 versus AC for 12 force damage.
And it just completely goes right through him with the blast of eldritch energy. And then he kind of... Oh.
Spiritual energy.
Spiritual energy. And he kind of... his face kind of melts a la Raiders of the Lost Ark. As he crumples to the floor.
And then as a bonus action,
yeah,
the mace is going to hit the one to the south. What? Can you do that? Oh, wait.
I think it has to
paragraph
move.
Again? Yes, it can.
Okay.
Do what?
Oh, I don't know. I thought it said it had to move to hit again, or it can move to hit again.
There. It moves southeast and is going to hit the one just to
I'm just picturing the mace flying around.
Let me describe this. So this is a mace. By all standard accounts, it looks like any normal mace floating through the air, except for the fact that it is radiating a silver light from it. The silver light coming from the god that Ander prays to, Bahamut, as in the silver, or rather platinum dragon, but kind of a silvery color for those who don't know what platinum looks like. The head of the mace is in the shape of a dragon's face with an open maw as it goes to pounce on yet another unsuspecting victim.
He's suspecting he's peeing his
for
pants
22
with expectation.
Versus AC with 8 force damage.
All right. So the dragon's maw just tears like half of his cheek off, and you can see his skull and his naked eyeball as he screams in pain for half of his face. He's still standing, but he is brutalized beyond all recognition.
As Ander is controlling this with his mind, he is then going to move over to here and say, "Justice will be served this day. Praise be Bahamut."
All right. All of that happens.
You're in the right place if you've got a dragon mace.
All right.
Are you trying to make a cult or join one? Or are you part of another cult, Mr. Ander?
So Julian and Ander start having this conversation down this hallway. Gore.
So, is there another guy alive over there?
You can see some movement in that far room. You don't really know what all's in there.
This guy over here is dead though, right?
No, he's the one that has half of his face cleaved off by that last mace swing, but he's still alive.
Okay. I'm gonna stick him in the back with a dagger.
Okay. Yeah, he's like barely alive, and he's like shaking with pain because the skin has been flayed off of his face, and then gets stuck in the back with a dagger and slumps down to the ground, dead. And it's Warland's turn. He will...
Wait, I want to move towards where I saw the movement.
Sorry. Okay. You can go ahead and move your 30 feet.
Andrew's in the way.
You can go past him. And you can't end your turn in his space, but you can move past
I'll
him.
just go here.
Okay.
It's perfectly valid to walk through people.
All right, and Warland is going to move in here as well and be like, "Oh my gosh, guys, you guys sure killed a lot of people in here. You had all the fun without me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm just going to walk over here." That's my Warland impression. Okay.
And a mighty good one at that.
All right. Yalara.
Okay, well, I can see that we've already killed everybody, so I want to lumber down the hallway and see what's happening down here.
Yep, you're still a bear.
You're still a bear.
The bears to help you. Give me a bear.
The bears.
And you see the same thing. You see the woman, the wearer of purple, Frulam Mondath, who you've heard described so many times and saw from the ramparts of the Greenest Keep that one time, with a large cleaver mark across the back of her neck. And one cultist who's almost dead.
I think I'll take out the cultist because I have a feeling we shouldn't kill her. She might have some stuff to tell us.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get this one. I will bite him.
All right. You reach out your slavering maw to bite him, but he's one of the ones wearing chainmail, and you can't quite get through the armor. It does no damage. You still have a claw attack. Yeah, that's a definite hit. You swipe him straight down the face, and he just kind of, like, you just Hulk slam him flat into the ground, pancake him. He's dead. He only had one hit point. He's a puddle of goo, so he's not difficult terrain anymore. All right. Looking extremely shocked and staring daggers at the bear, the orc, the half-orc female, and her apparent bear companion, this woman who's wearing all purple and wielding the heck is she wielding?
Girls rule.
A halberd. Looks at you all just quizzically and waves her hand in front of her face and mutters a couple of strange words as a multitude of undead-looking spiritual skeletons appear and rise up out of the ground and start running around her in a circle until it causes almost a blur around her in about a 15-foot circle. I'm gonna give her a blue thingy to let me know that is active.
I see a blue dot around her.
Yeah, I don't know how to put an aura, but 15-foot circle.
So double click on her.
Mm-hmm.
And once you see that, there should be the aura 1 and 2. You can then you type in 15 feet.
I don't see.
And then change the color.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I just put an aura around me. I'm gonna
But
take
you
it
also
off
have to
now.
make it visible.
Yes, and make it visible so that we can all see it.
I don't see any check marks to say make it visible.
Well, it should show up.
Do you see it?
I do not. What does it say near the aura? Or it says aura.
It just says aura, and then it's got a place to type a feat.
I think, does it have a character sheet? Question mark?
No,
that
it's
shouldn't
got
matter.
a token.
It's a visibility thing. It should just show up.
Well, I see it on mine.
Alright, well then, so be it. You could give all of us control to it, and it'll probably show up for us then. We just need to not click on her. Try giving me control, and I'll let you know if it shows up.
Show up?
I do see it.
Okay. Let me see if I can give control to everybody. Oh, all players. Okay, everybody should see it now. Yay. Okay, so she does that. And these spiritual beings kind of run through Julian and Yalara, and you can feel them pass through you, and you feel this just incredibly evil pain coursing through your veins. Everyone, Yalara and Julian, make a wisdom saving throw.
I don't know much about spellcasters in 5th edition, but I don't know if there's a penalty for casting spells in melee range.
Not this one.
Not this one.
Okay.
Is it on course?
Yours should just be.
I got it.
It's your it's well. That's not right. Well, I mean, it might be. It's a D20 plus your wisdom. Oh, that is right. Okay. You both. Wow. You both take a buttload of damage. If she rolls well. 16 damage to each of you. That's, again, Yalara, that's to your bear form.
Right, I know.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
I'm not doing well.
And then she is going to move. Actually, you know what? She is not going to move. That's going to end her turn. All right, Julian.
Julian takes a moment and nibbles on a snack.
What does that entail?
One moment.
It's not like Skyrim where you can pause and eat 15 cheese wheels to gain back some health. Secret. Oh, that's funny. All right. I assume that's an action. Not a bonus action or anything?
Bonus action.
Okay.
And then proceeds to attack.
All right. Lash out with the butcher's knife. And just, man, that thing does a lot of damage. And you just clip her again. And she cries out in pain. Any movement?
Pretty content being on this table thing.
All right. Ander.
All right. So Anders going to move his mace to here. That's as far as it can go. Meanwhile, Anders is going to into here, and that is going to be his turn.
All right. Make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw.
Yep, you entered the aura. All right.
How's a crit handle that?
Yeah, these kind of, they're moving so fast now that you can't see them, but these crazy undead ghostly figures kind of through you, but the power of Bahamut protects you from and your mind from taking any damage. All right, Gore.
All right. Do I recognize her yet?
You're not in the room yet.
All right. In that case, I'm just gonna move forward.
All right. As soon as you move in the room, you see her kind of catch your eye, past through in between the shoulders of your comrades, and she looks kind of horrified and surprised and looks at you and says, "Gore, you're supposed to be dead. I killed your family. I guess I didn't finish the job with you."
And now it's your turn. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a javelin.
All right, she'll have half cover. That's 2 days. You chuck the javelin and it kind of gets caught up in this spinning whirl of weird eldritch energy and gets blown off course and flies wide.
That's my turn.
Okay. Warland's like, "Hey guys, what are you doing? Oh wow, this lady looks weird. What's she doing? She seems to have all this weird blue glowing stuff running around her. What do you guys think about that?" Ilara. You gotta push to talk.
Oh, sorry.
So first of all, at the start of your turn, make another wisdom saving throw. What's her spell DC? Spells like 14. Okay, since you've already felt the feeling of what it's like, you're able to resist the spirits kind of coursing through your body, and you take no damage. Go ahead with your bear
Okay,
turn.
well, I think we need to. I mean, I want to incapacitate her, but I don't want to kill her.
You can do non-lethal damage.
So should I probably claw her then, or does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll bite her.
You got to move up right next to her, though. Roll to attack first, so d20 plus 5.
Also, I did that one wrong, so ignore that one.
All right, yeah, you bite her. You kind of get her in a death grip around the neck, but with like the back of your teeth. You kind of slowly crush her trachea, and she is gasping for air. And you see, well, you don't see because she's in your mouth, but her eyes kind of start to roll back in her head, and she passes out. So she is incapacitated. And that is where we will end for tonight.
Just curious, is that a concentration spell? So does this aura go away?
Yes, sorry, the aura goes away.
Thank you.
Actually, I should have had it. You know what? I'm not used to spell casting. I should have been having her make con saves to keep it going every time she got hit.
Well, that's future knowledge.
That's future knowledge. It wouldn't have made much
Most
difference.
of it was bear damage, other than the initial one.
That's true. I will.
Anders gonna if she's unconscious, right?
She's
We didn't kill her?
unconscious and in the mouth of Yalara.
Anders just gonna, as the last thing, he's gonna look at the spiritual mace and say, "Praise be to Bahamut," and the mace will just kind of like turn to a golden, or rather a platinum colored dust, and just kind of whisk away in a breeze.
The mace disappears. I will tell you all that she was standing in front of a desk that had a lot of papers on it. And as you look through the papers, I'm going to put several things in all of your journals that you can read and we can discuss next time. All players, all players. Yeah, if you sift through what's on her desk, you find a lot of bad poetry about dragons, but there are 4 pieces of paper that that are of particular interest. Normally I'd have you search the room and stuff, but since there's 4 of them and you need to kind of read them yourselves, or next time you could have somebody read them out loud or whatever, we'll go ahead and end it there before you search her and search the rest of the room and all of that stuff. And next time I will tell you what she had equipped and all that stuff as you search her body.